Hot dog.
Hot dog, hot diggity dog. Hot dog, hot diggity dog.
That's a song?
Mickey Mouse Playhouse.
Oh, man. I had no idea.
I have kids. That's why.
Nice.
I have 27 children, and I live in a shoe.
Man.
Anyways, what is the question of the day?
The question of the day is... Well, actually, I guess I already asked that question. So, the new question...
Can you
Does physical...
does physical attraction...
There it is.
Does physical attraction matter when choosing a lifelong partner? I told you I don't have good handwriting.
No, you do. I just the angle. It was the angle. So does physical attraction matter when choosing a lifelong partner? Now, it's funny that she said lifelong, right, folks? Because to me, physical attraction would matter more in the short term than the long term.
You think so?
Oh, yes, because things happen. People happen. You know, life happens.
Okay, so then the question is lifelong partner. So, does physical attraction matter in your lifelong partner?
I would have to say yes. But it is a spectrum answer.
I mean, explain. That's why we're on a podcast and not a TikTok.
So it's a spectrum answer because there's a range in attraction. And with that, because humans are the byproduct of change itself, and then, of course, create that in their own lives, we cannot expect physicality to be stagnant or remain the same. And for men, at least, to get to an attractive level physically, we don't hit puberty and say, I've arrived. Look at me, world. We can't do that.
I mean, some men.
Maybe in a face. You know, for instance, I just watched his, like, the fact that he's being canceled, Matt Rife, you know.
I was thinking about Matt Rife when you said that because he was like, something happened when I hit puberty.
Yeah. No, yeah, Matt Rife is a great example. But he, in all fairness, he might have hit height and had great face. But I'm willing to bet that his abs and definition that he has is a routine that he's maintained. And
I think he played sports, did he not?
There you go.
So,
see that?
I mean...
So, you know, again...
But he kind of had it. He kind of had it because he played sports.
Correct. Well, yeah.
I could be wrong, but I believe he said something about playing sports.
Yeah, so, I mean, he might have had a good frame on him, right? I'm guessing he's tall. I mean, because women don't like short dudes right now. But
unless they got...
See? It is what it is, folks.
I'm not talking about me. I mean, I don't want no broke.
Yeah.
But you know.
In her defense, you're very open-minded. You're very fair. You know, you'll work with somebody that might be vertically challenged if they have other attributes.
Okay, but I don't want someone who's 5'2".
No.
I'm sorry. I'm 4'11". Can you at least give me like 5'5"?
5'6".
Okay, 5'6". I can work with 5'5", 5'6".
See,
I like to wear 6-inch heels. I don't want to be taller than you when I wear them. 6-inch platforms. Okay, women look better in heels. My opinion.
They do.
But I don't really want. It's okay for the same height. Maybe 5'5". I could be like a little bit. You know, he could wear a hat. Okay, it's fine. Like he could have some hair. Okay, something where there's an option. But I mean, I don't want someone who's 5'2".
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's fair. Now, and here's the thing. The reason she's saying this from a biological narrative is because do you really have the confidence in a 5'2" man being able to physically defend you in the event that something were to happen?
Speaking of biological.
Because your height also determines your reach. So, how are you going to defend against somebody that's 6 foot? And I'm not talking in modern terms, my friends. I'm speaking biologically, which means without weapons.
Okay, no, hold on. Which one is it? I have it. I thought I had it. Maybe I don't have it.
I just realized your phone almost matches your microphone.
That's how I roll. Okay. Oh, short women tend to be more fertile, which is why men are more attracted to them.
Whoa, what? Are you kidding me?
From a biological standpoint, you know what I'm saying?
I did not know that shorter women would be more fertile. Like, that's interesting. Why? What? But, like, if it said, wider women or something, with the hips thing, That'd make perfect sense to me, but shorter? How fascinating.
Look, I don't make the studies. I just read them. I like how zoomed in. It should have zoomed in on me.
What?
The camera zoomed in. You laughed, and I was like,
Oh, yeah, no, that was your moment. Yeah,
it was.
Yeah. Come on, camera.
It was my moment.
Yeah.
So, so you say physical attraction does not matter.
No, God, no. It's not that it doesn't matter. It does matter.
It matters less.
No, it matters on a spectrum. So this is a quantitative answer, and I'm speaking like this because my spiritual mentor taught me how to answer things with both yes and no. Because at the end of the day, it does matter, but it matters differently because you're talking long term. So as time progresses, physicality matters differently. Starting off, physicality matters in the format of, is this book
how?
Is this book got a nice enough front page that I would want to pick it up? Does it attract me to pick up the book so that I can read its pages? Okay. So physicality of this book, who, not how. Oh, wow, that's interesting. Let me see what this is talking about. Let me get to know it. See that? So, yes, physicality matters. Now, long term, which means me reading this book to its entirety. Now, what does that depend on? Well, the physicality has to be maintained, right? So I would say, let's talk about that. That's a different thing. First, we were talking about outside. Now let's talk about the rest of the physicality. Do the pages feel good? What the texture of the pages? The sound it makes as I flip through the pages, right? The physicality.
What about when the texture and the pages get worn?
Oh, great question. This is where
they still feel as good.
This is a great question because I'm black, so my hands are oily from eating fried chicken. So that's okay.
He don't even eat fried chicken, y'all. He don't even know what oxtails are.
From the last episode. Oh goodness, I had to throw that one in there, guys. I do that sometimes. No, seriously. No, seriously though, the human's hands does have oils on them, and so like obviously over time using the pages, they're gonna get blotchy, oily. They're gonna worn down, or I might accidentally rip the page. Right, there's rips and tears.
Oh, you're gonna rip and tear? Yeah, the pages.
Just because I'm aggressive, right? So, how at that point does physicality begin to matter differently? Simple. I can only speak for men, but it has to be maintained. It adjusts. I know that as I speak for myself, physicality matters.
But when you rip and tear and oil up the pages, and how is that? You did it. How is that maintained?
Well, how would you maintain it? Is the question, right?
You wear gloves. If you're talking about a book.
I mean, I don't know if I would wear gloves. My thing is this.
You handle with care.
You can handle with care, but I would say that in that narrative, the physicality changes where I would begin to see that this book has been used. And so then...
But you used it.
In the example of... Because that was being said that the pages were being used and the physicality would change based on it being used. However, when we begin to look at things such as antiques, what becomes attractive about the antique, because we're talking about time passing, is its wornness. Which is to say, as you guys can reference...
That vintage look that we always go for.
Boom. Right there. So, for instance, as I become an old man, right, I'll be salt and pepper, which there are some women that...
What are you... Keep talking.
There are some women that find that attractive, right? I become seasoned, right? Okay. So, physicality matters on a spectrum because what we find attractive changes over the time frame. And that's why... To me, it's a spectrum versus yes or no. Because as I become an old man, right, my salt and pepper hair becomes attractive. Me having bulgy muscles and being Mr. Hulk might not matter as much, right? However, my style, right, may change, or what I use to distinguish myself. Like hoodie culture, that's hot if you're a teenager, maybe up to 21. But then after that point, you're as a man at least. A man is expected to be
I'm taking all of your hoodies and they are now mine. If you are a man and I borrow your hoodie, you're not getting it back. Hoodie culture, I'm taking them. Even at 30, however old I am taking your hoodie. and it is now mine. Continue.
Wow.
I'm just letting you know. Just letting you know that's like by two. By two. Like by two.
What is that about? What started that?
I don't know, but I did it on my own, and then I started seeing memes about it, and I'm like, yes. I just did it because I want your hoodie.
What happens when a guy doesn't have a hoodie?
Is he even worth having at all?
Ooh.
Just asking. Okay, so with this, there is something where people are saying, and this term is crazy. I'm going to answer that question in a little bit, but medium ugly.
What?
Okay, so there's this thing where they're like, is it true that ladies should get a medium ugly man because they treat you better?
When did they start using that phrase?
That's what I'm saying. I'm curious because, you're talking about, okay, medium ugly. First of all, that means that he might not be a 10 on looks, but he's still attractive. So y'all are saying medium ugly when he's still attractive. How about I'd be like, he's cute. He might not be fine or sexy, but he's cute. He's attractive. So you still want an attractive man, whatever medium ugly is. Like, you still want this attractive man, right? So it's crazy that people, I don't know. It's crazy to me that people use that term. I
will say this. It doesn't surprise me at all because of hypergamy being the way it is. That if he's not a 10, he's not good enough because unfortunately Disney
they don't be 10s. Continue.
Yeah, well, 8 or above. How about that? If he's not 8 or above, then the princess fantasy can't come to life. So then they're already butthurt because he's not somebody they can brag about. But again, this goes back to, what's attractive, unfortunately,
right.
Is
okay,
lost.
So I'm going to interrupt you and ask you a question.
Yeah.
What is my number scale?
Your number scale?
1 to 10. What am I?
Well, I would put you at a 8, honestly. Now, again, she didn't ask me how or where, but I put her
I know
at
it's
8.
subjective. I personally think that I am a 7.
Okay.
Now, that's give or take, and I think other qualities. I think overall as a person, I'm a 10. Okay, you get everything with me, personality.
Well, that's what I'm saying. For me, you're 8 at the fact that I know who you are.
Right.
And obviously.
No, I'm cool. Even if you said a 5, I wouldn't be mad. So the thing is that I've been a real life model. Okay, there was a time when Sears had a petite line.
Okay.
For shorter pants.
Huh.
Really random. Okay.
What?
There was a time where, and you didn't. It's fine. I did something for. There was a magazine that I did something for. It was more like lingerie, but this was before Instagram was a thing. This was when MySpace. We only had MySpace. And I was modeling lingerie, as in it wasn't Victoria's Secret, it was a personal line, but I was in a magazine, and it was tasteful. Okay, it's not like the kind of of course you already know. I'm doing
Sears.
something.
You're not doing nothing crazy.
Yeah, and I'm getting paid for it.
Nice.
And they sought me out.
That's really cool.
So the thing is that I weigh more now. That's part of the reason why I'm going to the gym, working out. I shouldn't weigh as much as I do. I don't think I should, because health comes with being overweight. I don't want health issues, but the fact that I say this for my age, I think that I'm definitely I'm not 21. Okay, I get being younger gives you more value in certain spaces. But I'm not talking about, there's a lot of guys I talk to because I'm single and I'm divorced and it's not great. And I'm divorced. It's funny because you hear Red Pill Spaces talk about divorce. Mm-hmm. And they'll say, oh yeah, cheating's divorce, but then is it okay for you to cheat? No, I've heard multiple people who talk about this. Now, maybe they're not talking about marriage when they're talking about they should have options. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's not a marriage thing when they're talking about it, but I've heard them say, these girls were asking, well, what if he's putting his hands on you? And 3 of these guys were like, oh, well, maybe you don't need to leave for that and whatever. I was almost killed by my second husband. And actually, the funny thing is, he said I deserve better and left me. And I was thankful because, it would have been me. It would have been me. He almost did it once. I said, you could choose me or alcohol. Then he broke in and he told me he chose the alcohol over me. And that's okay. Like, he was going through stuff, and that's the choice that he made, and it's okay. And so technically he left me anyways, which in 1 Corinthians chapter 7, I think it's first, it could be second, but it's Corinthians chapter 7. It talks about, if the unbelieving spouse wants to leave, let him leave. And what I've learned and how I've interpreted unbelieving spouse. Sometimes people will live like an unbeliever even though they would die and go to heaven. Now, that could be crazy, because if you believe on Jesus Christ, you believe with your heart and confess with your mouth the Lord Jesus has raised from the dead, thou shalt be saved. For with the mouth man confesses unto salvation, with the mouth man confesses unto salvation, with the heart. All of a sudden I drew a blank. Anyways, Romans 10:9-10. Look it up. So, but with that, I think you can be saved, and something can vary. You could backslide. I don't believe you can lose your salvation, and so you can live like an unbeliever. And he went to a point, he got remarried, and he's not having issues anymore, and that's great. Maybe maybe I was a problem for them or whatever. According to him at the time, it wasn't, but there were other issues, and it's fine. But technically he left, which is, you definitely talk about, leave. But then they're like, oh yeah, cheating. No. If you cheat, like, you can get divorced. But is it when the man cheats or only when the woman cheats? Like, I didn't really see that because I saw a clip from these guys talking about it. And so I'm like, okay, so cheating, but if you're abusing me, I mean, there is ways. Like, my first husband, we kind of tussled with each other. It was very toxic. It was because he had PTSD before PTSD was a thing, and I did file for divorce in that case. Okay. So that was me. That was because it's something I didn't understand. It's not that I didn't choose to. He made appointments for us to go to counseling, and then he wouldn't show up. It was things he was dealing with, and had I been more mature, I probably would have stayed. And that's the one thing where it's like, I know I definitely caused, I could have been better. I could have, now that I know that I can be peaceful and all this stuff, I couldn't be at that time, though.
I have a lot of respect for that.
I couldn't be. And I will say yes. But so anyways, with all these faults that I have, with all these imperfections, I think I'm still 7, because I have, for my age, I talk to a lot of guys. Like I said, I don't really date, guys. I have Wesley. If you look on my social media.
No, she didn't bring it up. Oh my God.
I have Wesley.
Is there a way? Can we add? I wish there's a way we could add this.
I have Wesley. Anyways.
Tell him who Wesley is.
Wesley's my imaginary boyfriend. Points to anybody who can know. He's from Florin. He is also known as the Dread Pirate Roberts. He is my one true love, and he was a farm boy. Farm boy, can you pass me that picture?
Oh my Lord! This woman.
Points to anybody who knows where Wesley came from. So, anyways.
Yeah. So
every once in a while, I'll go on a date. And I think, and it's funny because I actually have met quite a few men who are around the age of 40 who do not have children and have never been married. And they want kids. And they don't have an issue with me being in my late 30s. The thing is, I don't want any more children.
Naturally. And
they don't want someone who's 21 either. So, and they're decent guys. Now also...
you said they don't want somebody who's 21?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because they think the mentality, they're too young.
Okay.
They don't want to, so when I was trying to date or whatever, I was looking for guys who love the Lord. And so they want people who already have that relationship established. And I'm not saying you can't have it younger, because we have a whole ministry dedicated to like younger, it's college and young adults. Like it's dedicated to, college age kids, 20, early 20s. But they want someone who's established in their faith. But I don't want any more kids. So whether you have kids or not, that doesn't bother me. But I don't want kids. So that is like a deterrent. And they don't have any. And because they don't have any, they want one that they can create. And I respect that. And so I get I'm not everybody's cup of tea. But in my realm of me being my age and me, here's the thing though. All the guys that I date. Okay, one guy. He's not working right now. He's playing day trading. He has $30,000 in his account.
Nice.
Okay. He has the money. He just got a new car. he's doing something right.
Yeah.
Okay. He's also living smart. He's not living outside his means.
Good.
His rent for a 3-bedroom house, like $900 a month.
Damn.
He got locked in, and it's great. And he's using that to his advantage. He's like, I'm not moving right now. Why would I? I have a 3-bedroom house. And I get it's rent, you know, whatever. But he kind of is like, I want a job just so I have something steady. And I don't have to depend on making good choices. Not saying he doesn't want to make the good choices, because he does, but he's learning,
The
you know?
market is volatile.
Right, but I'm like, he has like $30,000 in there. Another guy has like multiple businesses, you know, that okay. And so the thing is that I'm not hurting for a guy making $30,000 a year. Not gonna happen. Like, that's not even on my spectrum. If you make $30,000 a year and you invest properly and all this other kind of stuff, then you're doing something right. You make more than $30,000. Your just day job is $30,000. That's different.
Right.
But like, I'm not, you know, I'm not hurting for guys.
On that level.
I'm a 10% earner. Not because I really want to be. I don't care about it. I looked it up. Let me see. We're going to look at this right now.
What, based on Kansas City's numbers?
No, 5%. Okay, so I looked it up, and it was, what did I look up exactly? Because this is like 1%, you make $819,000 a year. Now, I wonder if this is still the same what I'm looking at. Okay, so, okay, 10%. Okay, I'm not quite at 10% according to this. It was a little lower last time. $167,000 a year.
Okay.
I'm close. Before taxes, of course. 5% is 335, 1% is 819, and 0.1% is 3 million. So, I make a little bit less than 10%. I was 10%. I'm definitely 15% then. Yeah. Okay, which, I mean, still, and as a woman, I don't want to be that.
Yeah.
I can live off of $60,000 a year on my personal income and travel.
And be happy.
And be happy. This house that I own, I bought when I made $60,000 a year. My bills, they're up a little bit more. Also, I have kids here, right, who run up my bills because kids don't turn the lights off. So because of that, so I have extra stuff or whatever the case is, and I pay all the bills. The kids, I'm trying to get them out, so I'm trying to get them to be independent and whatever. And it's a whole different. Each kid has a different thing, but regardless, I work a lot. I know what it personally takes to get here, to get in the top 10% of earners. I know. I understand that, and I respect that for a man to be that, you know. So
because not everybody can be a secret agent.
I am a secret agent of time.
Yeah. Long story.
We can't really discuss that. Anyways, so not everybody can be that, and that's fine. Like, you know, but anyways, this has gotten off topic.
Yeah.
But this is why
here's the truth.
I think that I'm definitely higher.
This is why. This is still part of attraction, except this is a physical attraction that takes the form of financial or provisioning. And that's important. I think that we have to, as men, we have to recognize how women judge attraction.
Okay.
So that we can decipher it in ways that if you want to, you can attain that for yourself in order to improve your ability to date. If you're not trying to date, by all means, live in your basement, do what you want to do, play your World of Warcraft, that's fine.
Hey, World of Warcraft, whatever they be playing, can make them millionaires these days. I'm just saying.
There is an opportunity to make money on that as a gamer lifestyle. However, how cute. I just want to pick it up and hold it.
Why is the cat meowing? Continue on your story.
So I think that it is a possibility to create a lifestyle from gaming and financial procurement, of course. But the likelihood, it's just like OnlyFans. The likelihood of being successful and making, say, 6 figures through your passion of gaming, it is very hard, treacherous work getting picked up by EA Sports, team or whatever guild team there exists, being able to look at, what is it, the sponsorships and things that cultivate, that ability to pull in those residuals. It's not easy to do. It is a career. So it's not easy for everybody to do. I don't know how to do it. So I'm not saying that I know how. But if you're able to, by all means, go after it. But I will say that it is important as man. We're built to adjust, right? So we're built to know how to mold to the times or to pivot. And so, yeah, if we look at the fact that attractive aspects of a man are seen in his physical demeanor, social status, his financial abilities, and of course, lifestyle, right? And then, of course, character, which I think is most important because character is the foundation of all the other pillars. But unfortunately, character requires you to have something on the outside that makes you worthy to get discover on the inside.
Character has nothing to do with the outside.
No, character. In order to appreciate character, you have to first have something on the outside to make them want to get to know you. Yeah.
To an extent, that's true. But if you have enough character, nobody cares what's on the outside. We listen to people who have been blown up by IUDs that have reconstructive, that half their face is gone. We listen to people who have been in fires and saved their family. Mm-hmm. We listen to these people because they have character despite their outer appearance currently. Okay? There are people who have a scary exterior, mm-hmm. and we listen to them because we know what they've done, and that builds character of who they are.
Notice what she said. People that have had reconstructive surgery on their face. People
no, they still look scary. Like they still look. It's a healing process.
No.
Okay,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Okay.
So who will never be the same again.
Yes.
Right. This is called aesthetic, and I bring this up and highlight it because it doesn't mean you have to be a Kim Kardashian, man's version of Kim Kardashian, or AKA Matt Rife, but you can be interesting enough, right? Whether scary or jarring, right? Or more of a what the F like myself, a guy of color with straight hair.
Do you want wings or something?
Sure.
I'm ordering from Little Caesars. I'm ordering pepperoni pizza stuffed crust, but
as long as they're not spicy.
You want just regular? Okay, got you.
Yeah.
Continue.
Continue.
Sorry,
I'm
the kid is hungry.
Oh, nice. No, I can't handle spice. So as long as as long as there's an aesthetic that you have, you can market that. I would like to believe that if Quasimodo was alive today, I think that would be a marketable trait that he could use to have a conversation around that. In the world of podcasting, we can use our unique features to create a conversation. But the part where I draw the line is where we falsify our aesthetic or uniqueness. And it's not, our aesthetic or image, and it's not authentic. So again, guy like me, person of color with straight hair, what the F? What's going on? You must be gay, blah, blah, blah. But for anybody that knows me, knows that this just makes sense. That's just who Tokyo is. And I've been this way since I came out of my gangster phase, which then I had to alter my hair and shave everything off too.
Wait. You had a gangster phase?
Yes, I didn't tell you this.
I thought you was always like emo skateboarders.
No, that came after trying to be like regular black people, and it didn't work.
Okay, continue with the story. Sorry. Okay.
No, so I mean, like, yeah, it so that's where I said screw it, because my dad is not regular black, so he's got like Muslim hair, but he's dark as heck. So it works for me to be able to have this different aesthetic that I can just throw a flat iron to it and call it a day. So, but again, I only do it because that's my authentic truth. I couldn't walk around with dreads. That's not me, and I think that if we're able to, well, I'll speak for Kansas City, if Kansas City could start giving themselves a chance on an individualistic level, we would see some amazing human beings in this space. We would see some amazing artists in this space. We would see some amazing conversations and styles and influences. Every single story, mythical story, or every single, story that's fiction, I have seen where the town of influence, the city of influence, the capital is in the middle of the country. And then what happens? Influence spreads from that capital, spreads from the center of the country. There's
Are
no
we talking
reason,
about Hunger Games?
No, but that's a good example. Was
I feel like it was the middle of the country.
Yeah,
it
was.
I mean, I've seen Hunger Games, but like I'm not into it.
That's a good example because here's the thing. Oh yeah, we got off topic. So
Let's try to.
So the point is though is that physicality, if it's matched with authenticity,
Yes.
we're going somewhere.
I think that matters. So for me, does physical attraction matter when choosing a lifelong partner? I'm thinking husband. For me, it's a husband. Okay. I've been married before. I believe in marriage. I believe in the sanctity of marriage, regardless if I've been through divorce or not. Okay. I do believe in it. I'm supposed to sleep with this man for the rest of my life, and you're telling me I don't need to be attracted to him? What? Yes, it matters. Does that mean he needs to be attractiveness is objective?
Correct.
Okay. And I want him to have other qualities and look good because honestly, I'm sitting here talking. I'm talking about all kinds of stuff. Okay. You have to be able to, what's the word? Intrigue my mind. That's not the word I'm looking for.
Oh,
What's the word?
Like
The word I'm looking for.
captivate you with their intellect,
Captivate.
like that.
I'll circle back.
Okay.
But yes, that is what I mean. So you have to be able to keep me interested. You have to be able to, we have to have a bond, right? So of course. So when they say middle ugly, I don't like that because middle, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
What the heck
okay.
is that?
I still
Middle
understand where that
ugly
came
is
from.
like, okay, he ugly, but he not super ugly. No, that means he's cute. He might not be sexy or whatever. He's attractive.
And here's my question: would they use that same phrasing for a female?
Nope.
Exactly.
Nope. So I don't believe in middle ugly. My prayer for my husband is an attractive, not fat man of God who can prioritize me. It sounds very simple. It's not that simple. Unfortunately, it's not. There will be guys that are not attractive in my world. I'm not attracted to you that are a man of God. Or there'll be attractive men of God that like, are you really a man of God because you have someone? Don't talk to me. And maybe in general you are, but you have some areas you definitely need to work on, and I don't want nothing to do with those areas. I'm good. I pass. So it is rare for me to find someone. Now, attractive, does that mean that you're going to be a 10 to everybody? No, and I don't need you to be a 10 to everybody. People aren't going to look at you and be like, damn, he ugly as. That's not going to happen either. Because that's just not what I'm attracted to. You know, me and my best friend, we have 1,000% different taste in men. Very seldomly do we find the same man attractive. We talk about it. It's great. She's not going to find my man attractive. So attractiveness is subjective. And I believe that personality shapes the face. And if personality shapes the face, then yes, 100% it's going to be subjective. But I need you to be attractive. I'm not sleeping with somebody I'm not attracted to. And as my husband, it's my duty to give up the booty. What am I supposed to do with that? Like, not do it? But other things can be attractive. Like, there was somebody I was following on social media for a while, and they had said something about, this guy was like, women need you to set a crock pot. Like, it's a slow cooker for the day. Like, the days you want it, he'll get up, he'll get the kids ready, he'll help out, but he says he tries to do this all the time, but it's a slow cooker because women, if they are turned off, if they are like, if you gave them the ick for the day, she don't want none.
That needs to be an episode because guys don't really understand that, and it really, I'd be willing to say that it only exists because of the wealth or abundance of choice.
Ooh. You're probably right. But if you gave me the ick for the day, I don't want to sleep with you. If you don't piss me off, I don't want to sleep with you. Not today. We can do this. We can reschedule another day. Now, does that mean I also don't really believe in withholding from your husband? We are one.
Like
and
my
body is your body.
Okay.
Like if we were married, we're not married, guys. I don't know.
This represents my darkness. I went through a bunch of
We're
crap.
friends. This is my mother's ring. This is my father. So, it's like, I got, I try not to wear this one on this hand because this one looks more like a wedding ring.
Right.
I did that on purpose, but I mean, I liked the big
And then
diamonds,
this represents my light.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
This looks a little tight.
Please.
Anyways,
Jesus.
Jesus is a great man.
Indeed he is.
Anyways, back to the topic. I think that
let me piggyback on that. That you raise a good point, and this is something that, like, my friends that decide to get married, because I personally don't really believe in it at this point right now until they change the laws. But to my friends who are in relationships long term like that, she raises a very valid point. And the thing that saddens me and worries me about men is that they get comfortable because, like we were speaking earlier today when we were in the car about how you have your cuddle buddy and you're like, oh, I could be like this forever. Men will get comfortable because they have that somebody, and that somebody allows them to not be in fight mode all the time. But the downside is I feel that
you shouldn't be in fight mode all the time.
well, as an example, when we go out in public, like I'm sizing up everybody just naturally. Because,
me too.
Yeah. See, here we go.
I have. We haven't gotten that far. This is like episode 2 currently, but I have a very dark past. I have seen the life leave people's eyes on multiple occasions. It's a very legal path, okay? But it's a dark past, and so I have other history that is very wild. So with that being said, I'm very. Do you think I'm feminine?
Yeah. Oh, there was someone hang out with you.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Just real talk.
But do you think I'm soft?
I think so.
I
Your
don't.
personality? No, and that's what makes you fun.
So the thing is, I don't think that I can ever be a soft female. I can be nurturing and caring. I'm extremely feminine, and I'm not masculine at all. But there is a difference, I believe, between femininity and soft femininity.
Huh.
I think. Okay. I'm not very meek.
Oh no, yeah, no.
Not that I can be humble,
Correct.
but I am not very meek.
Yeah.
And I am not this way, again, because of life experiences and trauma. And I'm not talking about, oh my gosh, my dad didn't pay me attention. No, again, I'm talking about my father was very abusive. So that's kind of what I was raised in. And the fact that I'm not abusive shows that I have something. For me, it's the Lord. But I have something that is like, okay, maybe I don't need this kind of thing in my life like that.
The other thing I'd highlight too is your environment that you grew up in.
Yeah.
I come from, Leawood, Kansas, suburb, blah, blah, blah. And then your background, right, your environment was more of the urban side, correct?
Yeah, I graduated from Paseo.
Yeah.
Which, if you know,
So
when we did the reunion, I was the only white person to show up. There was like 12 of us-ish, maybe 16.
So see, opposite
Yeah.
background. So that environment alone would make me assume that you had to have your guard up. That there's a mental lifestyle that coincides with that, where you're looking over your shoulder.
Yeah, I mean a little bit, yeah. So I'm very alert and stuff. And it's things if I can feel like, oh, that was your phone. If I can feel like, if I can really not look around and be with, like, I don't know that I've ever really been with anybody where I felt like that.
Now, men, do you hear that? Now, of course, give your background.
Right. Again, it's not necessarily him.
No, not at all. But if we work on ourselves and develop ourselves to a degree that our masculinity allows you to soften in a public space.
Oh, 100%. It's so funny. I have been told I realize the difference between like an alpha and a beta.
Okay.
Sigma and a beta, whatever, if they're alpha,
No.
sigma, I don't care. But a man who can lead versus a man that can't. What I've noticed is them pointing out how feminine I am.
Correct.
The more feminine they tell me, like you're like, oh, 100%. That means you're not a beta. I'm sorry, you're not, but because when a man can allow a woman to bring out her femininity, and me and you, we don't have a relationship, we have a friendship, which is a relationship, but we're not a dating relationship, right? And so with that, even still, that means that there's also some level of like trust that I have for you, even as a friendship.
Yeah, because be honest with you, let me say this on the record, I don't believe in female friends.
And I'm a female friend.
Yeah.
So, and I do believe in I do believe in and here's something else. Red pill says no opposite sex friends, right?
Correct.
Blue pill
Exactly.
says, "Oh my gosh, yes." But so many men want to sleep with you, right? I have sat here and done the trick to friends that I've had when I was in the Marine Corps. And they're like, even though I think it would be great and I would want to, I wouldn't want to do that to our friendship. So I'm good. Like, no offense.
Yeah.
Like, it's not you. I just I value you as a person more.
Right.
And it's like, so to have these kind of people who are like, no, I don't want to try that because you as a person is more important to me. And I think it's different when you have combat relationships,
Fair.
when you have relationships where your friendship is kind of built on protection.
Correct.
Even though you might not have been in combat with somebody, okay? But where your relationship is built off protection because now you care about them. Two of my brothers are black. People will tell me that's not my brother. We were raised in the same house. They lived with us. You're telling me that I'm going to find them I don't. I think it's weird because that's my brother.
Right.
That's my brother. It's like in no way, shape, or form because I look at them because I was raised with them as a brother. And I get sometimes people live backwoods Alabama and they do what they do. I am not people. Okay. I was raised in Casey Mo. I don't do what I do. If you're my brother, you're my brother. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, that's it. And so, and the thing is that I do have people, when my mom had her massive heart attack that caused a stroke when I was 16, Damian and Toy came back there. And the woman came and said, "Ma'am, I'm sorry, this ICU is for family members only." She said, "What are you, blind? Can't you see these are my sons?" That's how she said it. "What are you, blind? Can't you see these are my sons? They're black." She's white. It's like, she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." Because she don't know the family dynamic.
Correct.
They weren't adopted. They just were there. And it's things are complicated sometimes. Sometimes things are complicated. And so it's like, I have nieces and nephews I have children. You see one of my sons walking around here. Okay. They're not white at all. Okay. They're not. And that's my children. I've raised them and I've put into them. And my parents were their grandparents and that's what they know. And so anyways, I don't know how we got here talking about relationships and medium ugly, but here we are.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just goes to show again how out of control these social dynamics are. Because again, I asked you earlier, would they use the same terminology for a woman? Absolutely not.
Women are not medium ugly. They're cute or not my type, or
the wording is so tiptoed around when it comes to the denial of a woman's attractiveness because they're all supposed to be 10s.
Dare I say it? I'm fat right now.
Oh my God.
I'm a fatty fat. And I get that I'm not round, okay? But fat, a pound of fat is like this big, bro. It's like this big.
Really?
A pound of fat?
Because I've never looked at.
Maybe it's like this big. It's big. Okay? It's big. So a pound of fat is big. Like you losing 5 pounds of that, I think that's about a pound of fat. Maybe this is 5 pounds of fat. I don't really know. It's a lot though.
Yeah. I was going to say, if that's a 23 ounce bottle, there's about 16 ounces in that container right now, so that's fair.
Boom. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So that's a pound of fat. Yeah. So, yeah. Okay, good.
Yeah.
So this right here is a pound of fat. This is a pound of fat. So you're telling me that me losing this is not doing, like I'm carrying this in my body somewhere. Yeah. Maybe not all in the same place.
Right.
But like, I get it. I'm fat.
Because what she's trying to say, guys, is that she's thick and she just wants to get into shape, and that's okay. We respect that.
It's a health thing. For me, it's all about health. And I think that, here's the thing. I've sat here. I was looking up, I forgot their names. I was looking them up. I was going through and like 4 or 5 people that were like on this like big girl thing.
Like a show?
No, like, I think I need to sneeze.
Gesundheit.
Am I going to sneeze? No,
What's
you
the
have to
phrase that
say
you
bless
say?
you so the leprechaun doesn't get me.
I did.
No, you have to say bless you
What?
so the leprechaun doesn't get me.
Is a leprechaun not speak multiple languages?
No, you have to say bless you so the leprechaun doesn't get you.
Bless you.
But I didn't sneeze yet.
I thought that there's a word that you say ahead of time before the sneeze happens, and it keeps the sneeze from happening.
I don't think is it gesundheit because I didn't sneeze.
Um, it's something really cheesy like sneeze. Somebody says strawberry, which doesn't make any sense. Um, I don't know.
Okay, what I'm saying is from the movie The Leprechaun. This is why.
Never seen it.
This is why when I sneeze, I will say bless me. If nobody blesses me, I'll bless myself. So, the leprechaun, he has a man enslaved, and he's trying to get his daughter so he can, I don't know, impregnate. I don't know, whatever.
He's trying. Okay.
He's trying to get the guy's daughter, but he blows this magic dust. And it goes in her face, and she sneezes 3 times. And if you sneeze 3 times without someone blessing you, you become the leprechaun's property.
Oh.
Achoo, achoo, achoo. Her father, who was in custody of the leprechaun, said, forgive me, bless you. And she did not become his. But that's what happened. So I always say bless you because of a movie.
Never heard of this. Never.
Anyways.
Man, I like that.
Yeah.
And I'm learning something new. I appreciate that.
Anyways.
But my point is, I will say, I'll finish my point. The social dynamics that we're facing today hinder us from really being serious about the looks. Being fair about the looks. And because, unfortunately, we're not allowing accountability to be a social norm, looks, expectations have perpetuated beyond unrealistic, reasons. I myself, I like thick hips, I like thick lips, but that doesn't mean you have to get fake ones.
Okay. Let me say this. People say, do looks matter in relationships? I'm going to take it back to what I wrote down, right?
Okay.
Jacob waited 7 years for Rachel. Her beauty was Jacob, because Moses married Zipporah or whatever her name was. But Jacob, another J. Jacob waited 7 years for Rachel, got Leah, and waited another 7 so he could have Rachel. She was so beautiful. Leah was not beautiful. She was not his type. Okay? He got the older sister. He got the wrong sister. Bro. And he waited because she was so beautiful. You have Esther. She was a commoner, but her beauty got the king's attention. And she saved all of the Jewish people at the time. Malachi was her cousin, and he was about to go kill him when he saved his life and all kinds of stuff like that. And then you have Sarah. Sarah was beautiful. I mean, her name alone means like princess or something, like beautiful princess or something like that. You can look that up. We want to act like looks don't matter. Biblically, people married good-looking people. That's what they wanted. Now, does that mean that they didn't have other qualities? No, because I think personality shapes the face. If you have an ugly personality and you're rude and you're uptight and if you don't do this for me, then you're still ugly. Period. So, do I think that personality matters? 100%, but something on the outside matters too. And that doesn't mean that just because you're overweight or you kind of feel like you need makeup, you can't be attractive to somebody because somebody can find you attractive. So again, attraction is subjective.
It is.
But it is subjective not from my point of view, but from his. And his attractiveness is not subjective from his point of view. It's from mine. And that's what we fail to realize. And I think that that's where you have red pill and blue pill, right? Because blue pill says, well, I think I'm a 10. I do. I think I'm a 10, like as a whole package. But I give myself a 7 because I think that's reality. And I give myself a 7 based off my age Not it. Maybe if I was younger, I would give myself a higher rating. I don't know, but again, I've already mentioned why I think this. Now he could give himself a 10. But if I don't think he's a 10, does it even matter what he thinks? Confidence is great. I have confidence. I know I'm beautiful. I know I'm smart. I know I'm talented. I know I'm funny. I know I can help a man grow. But like, am I for him? No. Does that make me a 10? Maybe not. Not in his eyes. It don't have to be. And I think that's what we fail to realize.
It is subjective. Now, I have to get selfish here. Despite the fact that looks are subjective, I still encourage people to bring out their best physically in order to improve their options.
Okay. So one thing is I want a not fat, attractive, not fat man, right? And women will get on me and be like, oh my gosh, but why? Because to me, health is important.
Yes.
If you are drastically overweight in the medically obese, not morbidly obese, medically obese category, I foresee that I know I'm going to have to take care of you in a lot of different areas when we grow up.
Yeah.
I don't want that. I will take care of you if the unexpected happened because I'm married for better for worse. But if I can foresee that, I don't want that.
Yeah.
I just don't. That's not something I want. I don't want to know you probably have diabetes right now. You might have heart issue. I want to keep you around as long as I can, and I want to be around as long as I can be. Weight is a direct correlation with the number one killer with approximately 650,000 deaths a year is heart disease. The number one cause of heart disease is obesity. We don't want to talk about it because it's sensitive, because people care. Looks matter, and looks matter.
Understand that.
It's because we don't want to hurt people's feelings. But the truth is that I want you to be healthy. Now, does that mean you can't be like a little bit overweight? I like dad bods. I mean, I'm not like, I don't like, but I think people are attractive who have dad bods. That's totally fine. I don't mean you have to be in the gym 6 days a week, 2 hours a day, working out. Okay, if you are, I'm also not attracted to you, but you know what I'm saying? Like, but if you don't go to the gym at all, that's fine. But we have to find something to keep ourselves active. I've had to be more active because I do have some weight to lose. I do have some places to go, and people will hate me and be like, oh my gosh, you want to lose weight? How dare you? I am very happy and confident in who I am today. Mm-hmm. I just know that even though I have no health problems today, my mom didn't have health problems until she had a heart attack. Mm-hmm. So you're telling me I should just wait till something happens until I make changes? No. I would like preventative maintenance, please. That's what I would like. And so with that being said, like, I care about my looks because that represents my health. Yeah. So not like my face. Do I have a cute face? I think I have a cute face. But my body, does my body represent what without I'm doing?
Makeup, by the way.
Well, I have makeup on right now. I have on my eyes.
No, that doesn't count. Makeup is the stuff that contours
my
your
face is actually like not great right now. But
by the
my
way, her cheeks are rosy.
I have rosacea.
Natural.
Yeah, it's natural.
It's pretty cool.
You know,
it's like a what are those things called?
Porcelain doll.
Yes. Yeah.
I've been told that multiple times because of my cheeks. I have rosacea. It's fine. You know, so I hear a lot of women who have rosacea have really low self-esteem and stuff. And I thank the environment I grew up in that I didn't grow up in around a lot of people that look like me because they might make fun of me.
Fair.
Where people who didn't look like me, they're like, oh my gosh, your cheeks are so red. That's so cool. Like, I've been called a porcelain doll since I was like 12 years old. And even though I wasn't like necessarily like, oh my gosh, I'm just the greatest or whatever, but it's like, the fact is that, I mean, porcelain dolls are beautiful, right? Yes. They're creepy in 2024.
And Blue House Productions doesn't help with that either.
Right. But they're beautiful. They're created to be beautiful dolls, right? And beautiful dolls that you like collect or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And so it's like, I've always been complimented on my rosy cheeks because you're not going to see rosacea if it happens in a darker complexion person.
No.
You're not.
How could
And
you?
so
You can't see
even
me
if
blush.
right, and it has to do with like the veins in your face.
Huh.
So like it's a real thing. So anyways, so at the end of the day, does attraction matter when choosing a lifelong partner?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
100%. Does it matter more when choosing short term versus long term? Can you wait? You could be with an ugly person short term.
Yep. They're called sweepers. We sweep them underneath the rug. You do not see them. You do not go out with
They
them in
didn't
public.
exist.
Right. Yeah. They're those. For guys, I can always speak for men.
Okay.
Yeah, those
Okay.
are sweepers. And then, of course, if they're attractive, with, as you said, the character and personality, those are keepers, right?
Sweepers or keepers. I love it. I shouldn't love it. You're misogynistic.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. Anyways. So at the end of the day, physical attraction does matter. My perspective is I have to sleep with you for the rest of my life. I want you to be attractive. We'll change. We'll get older. We'll gain weight. We won't work out as much. We'll do whatever. But at the end of the day, now if I'm with you and you change day by day, I'm not even going to notice it.
Correct.
That's the whole thing, is that I got really big with my ex-boyfriend. I had a boyfriend of like 2 years. And he loved me. And it was like he didn't even notice. And I hated myself. That picture you saw of me?
Oh.
That you didn't even know it was me?
Yeah. I was like, who is this pretending to be?
It was too much for me. And it's fine. It's totally fine. I knew I wasn't happy in my body, and I knew that because I didn't want to go out in public that same way. So
And then
anyways.
I'll say this, man. It's
And then we'll end it.
huh?
I said, and then we'll end it. You'll
Okay.
say this and then we'll end
Yeah.
this.
And then I'll say this, it's very important to be conscious of the female mind, and that we can't just look good and get the girl, but it has to be maintained because,
Yes.
that
I agree.
the scariest, women will always challenge you with what we call a shit test, which is just natural for them to do, because they want to make sure they got the right guy, they got the top guy. At the same time, too, when you guys are out in public, it's always important that they see another girl looking at you and they're like, oh, and we'll see whether they're holding onto her arm and stuff like that. But if we ever let ourselves go and there's never another girl checking us out, because we're never oblivious to it, women typically are, I've seen times where they begin to question, am I with the right person? Do I have the greatest catch? So I think it's important that we find time to maintain our physicality, even as we get older. I've met a lot of men in their 50s and 60s that outshine me. And, I'm trying to gain weight, but at the end of the day, they're very well put together men. And I think that also cultivates a better mentality for maintaining a long-term relationship.
Working out scientifically proves that you cultivate a better mentality. You have lower depression rates. You have lower anxiety rates. You are a happier person. So when people be like, if you're just working out to look good, then you are a bad person. No, because there is so many benefits.
Oh, there is.
To working out. Like, it's crazy the amount of benefits you have.
This
just
is the
from
first
working
time
out.
in my life that I've looked in the mirror and felt like good about myself. In my
Wow.
life, and I'm an
Wow.
old ass man. So,
How old are you?
This is touch of gray, folks.
How old are you?
It's a very, I
Age
say
is not a
100.
construct. We're not saying that. How old are you?
I say 100.
What
but
year were you born?
I don't remember. Well, it was on a leap year, so I mean, if you subtract 4 from, I might be 12 or something. I don't know.
No, we're not doing that here. We're not doing that. That's one thing we're not gonna do. So we're not playing age as a construct.
I didn't say that. Did I say that?
No, but you're like, I might be 12. We're not identifying as 12-year-olds.
No. I said if you take leap years and stuff like that and you subtract it or divide it, whatever it is, But
Okay.
I don't know. But yeah,
Are you in your 40s or 30s?
I don't know. I identify as 25. That's the truth.
No.